Hey everyone, welcome to the very first episode of The Bear Den. I'm your host, the Positive Bear, and I am so glad you decided to pull up a chair, grab a warm drink, and hang out with me today. Since this is your first time here, this podcast is designed to be your cozy corner of the internet, a place where we can step away from the noise, take a deep breath, and talk through the stuff we all deal with but don't always talk about out loud. Before we dive in, let me share a quick story from earlier this week. I was sitting right here in the den, scrolling through my phone. I was feeling pretty good about my day. I'd gotten a few things done, made a nice breakfast, and was enjoying a quiet morning. But within 5 minutes of scrolling, that quiet peace completely evaporated. I saw someone who had just bought their dream house, someone else who was on week 3 of a vacation, and a creator who seemed to have their entire life, career, and morning routine perfected down to the second. Suddenly, my cozy morning felt small. My achievements felt invisible. And that's when it hit me. I had just fallen straight into the comparison trap. That feeling isn't unique to me. And I'm willing to bet it's not unique to you either. Today we're talking about comparing ourselves to people on social media. Think about how easy it is for this to happen. You wake up, grab your phone, and before your feet even touch the floor, you're looking at the absolute best moments of hundreds of different lives. You see someone showcasing a perfectly tidy, sunlit apartment while you're staring at a pile of unfolded laundry. You see someone landing a massive career milestone while you're feeling stuck or exhausted. Or maybe you see someone who seems to have an endless stream of energy, pristine fitness goals, and a thriving social life. All captured in a crisp 15-second video. Here's the problem. When we scroll, we aren't comparing apples to apples. We are comparing our behind-the-scenes footage to everyone else's highlight reel. Nobody posts the draft they threw in the trash, the argument they had right before dinner, or the days they woke up feeling overwhelmed and unmotivated. We see the final, polished result, and our brains trick us into thinking that is their baseline reality, and that we are somehow falling behind. So why do we do this? Why do smart, self-aware people consistently fall into this pattern even when we know social media isn't completely real? First, our brains are hardwired for social comparison. Evolutionarily, comparing ourselves to the tribe was a survival mechanism. We wanted to make sure we fit in and contributed, but our brains were built to compare us to a small village of maybe 50 people, not millions of curated profiles across the globe. Second, algorithms are designed to show us the extraordinary, the most scenic views, the most dramatic transformations, and the biggest achievements get the most engagement. So when you open an app, you aren't seeing an average representation of human life. You're seeing an extreme concentration of peak moments. When we constantly measure our daily lives against these peak moments, two things happen. One, we diminish our own wins. You might have made great progress on a personal project today, but because it doesn't look like a cinematic montage, it feels unimpressive. Two, we lose touch with our own timing. We start expecting our lives to move at the speed of a swipe. But real growth, real peace, and real success take time, patience, and a lot of messy middle steps that never make it onto a feed. The takeaway here isn't that social media is evil or that you need to throw your phone into a lake. It's about recognizing that a feed is an art gallery, not a reflection of whole reality. You don't judge your everyday living room against a curated painting in a museum, so don't do it to your life either. Since we like to keep things actionable here in the den, here are 3 small steps you can try this week to break the comparison loop. 1. The mute and curate sweep. Go through your feed today. If an account consistently leaves you feeling inadequate, anxious, or like your life isn't enough, unfollow or mute them. Protect your mental space the same way you'd protect your physical home. Fill your feed with things that educate, inspire, or make you laugh instead. 2. Implement the 5-minute buffer. Before opening your social media apps in the morning, give yourself 5 minutes to check in with your world first. Drink a glass of water, stretch, or write down one thing you're grateful for. Let your own reality set the baseline for your day before letting the outside world in. 3. Celebrate a hidden win. Sometime this week, take a moment to acknowledge something good you did that nobody else saw. Maybe you handled a stressful situation with patience, or you stayed consistent with a small habit. You don't need to post it for it to be valuable. That brings us to our final segment, the bear hug of the week. This is your gentle reminder to wrap around you as you go about your days. You are not behind. You are living a real, multidimensional life at your own pace. Your value isn't measured by how visually appealing your days look through a screen, but by how present and genuine you are within them. Be kind to yourself today. Thank you so much for joining me in the Bear Den for our very first episode. If you enjoyed our time together, consider sharing this episode with a friend who might need a little encouragement today. Until next time, keep cozy, take care of yourself, and I'll see you back in the den real soon.